Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy, the channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis updated commodities, work our way through the dollar, yields, precious metals, and commodities ETFs that I follow. I'll interject my financial opinions as we go through it together. And if you need help with anything, check out finding-value.com, where I dive deeper into all these topic sectors, looking for investment opportunities and sharing them with everyone in the community. We've got a 5 p.m. Mountain Time Sunday Q&A session coming up. So if you're part, you can ask me whatever you want during those sessions. And you can also sign up with that special coupon code, which will get you a discount on the monthly and yearly memberships in the description link below. All right, guys, let's dive in and see what's going on today. Start with the DXY, a little bit of strength. We're seeing yields bounce back, and we're seeing the dollar come up a little bit, which is pretty normal. They're correlated. This is a bottoming pattern, the falling wedge into a double bottom, which would suggest a move higher. But that also goes against the narrative of Trump and dissent coming out saying that they don't want, they want a weaker dollar, not a stronger dollar. But the chart suggests that we still could get a stronger dollar. It hasn't broken down yet. I would become bearish if we break through that level down there at like 96.75. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I remain open. The 2-year yield's bouncing off support. We are up 1% today. We're at that area. Now, this is a falling wedge. When it falls down like this, that is a bullish pattern to break higher, not lower. But we had some pretty strong selling pressure yesterday. I was surprised, like, man, if this follows through, we could break out. But it didn't follow through yet. We got some support right where the support level is, and this is one to watch to see what happens here. If we see the 2-year yield dive fast, that is generally where you see problems. So you can see these big dives here in the 2-year yield. Those are recessions. Recession here, this is 2000, 2001. This is 2007 to 2008. And this one here started in 2018 down into 2020. Those are your recessions. You know what else happened? 9/11. This one here, Great Financial Crisis. This one here, C-19 event. But that started in 2018, which means these events are highly suspect because of where they occurred. That's what I'll say. We haven't dove yet to the downside. We just kind of are chopping sideways here. So we'll see what happens with the 2-year yield. 10-year yield is up again at support. Another one to watch. Now, I think Besant has specifically singled out the 10-year yield that he wants to try to get this lower. I don't know what the heck he's going to do. What are you going to do? Sacrifice the dollar and just buy it all up? It's possible. This is a bullish formation still. And I remain open to see what happens here. If we break below 3.88 or so, I'd be like, okay, well, maybe we're getting a bigger downtrend. Maybe there's a weakness in the market, like a big enough weakness where people are running into the bond market. We did get a bounce today, so it was up 0.75% on that support line. And again, we'll continue to monitor it to see if that breaks down. We're trying to load here. For some reason, the yield charts always take a good time to load. But we're right on support there. The 30-year is also up 0.37. That's not near the support level. So we've got a ways to go there. We've got resistance up here that we're trying to break out of eventually, I think. TLT bond prices are down a little bit. That still looks like a good uptrend. That's a pretty strong candlestick that we got yesterday. So again, we'll see what happens next week and what happens in trading. The 2 and the 10, we still got yield curve inversion, not uninversion, but inversion. We're still in this triangle where we've been chopping sideways for a long time. You can look at this from multiple angles. Yeah, it's a double bottom. You can look at it and say, well, this is a bullish flag pattern. That's true. It is. You could also say, well, no. This is going to uninvert and it's gonna fall like a rock because we've got unemployment going up. It's like, well, that's also true. You could also look at U.S. construction employment. That's been kind of rolling over. It's like, okay, what's this going to do? It's a tough call, man. It is a tough call. A lot of people say it's going to uninvert. A lot of people are calling for that, and I'll just say, well, what if we're in an inflationary recession, like we're going to just inflate the living crap out of it? I don't know how people would want to go buy bonds unless it was just a short temporary like blip like this, where it like does something like that and then comes right back up. Would be my guess, or it gives them an excuse to do a bunch of stimulus. Maybe there's some sort of event. I don't know. TYX TNX ratio is down a little bit today. So we had stronger dollar, slightly lower TYX TNX. It's not that much. Gold had a pretty good sell off today. $65. Now, is this a reversal candlestick? Technically, it is. We opened above and then sold off throughout the day downward below the 50th percentile of the candlestick before. That's a bearish piercing candlestick. It is a trend reversal, is what it is. So think of it as you're going on up and you break the uptrend and then you come down. That's what that candlestick represents, that 50th percentile of the one before it. So it's a trend reversal. It's a uptrend reversing. We'll see what follow through, and sometimes they don't really have a lot of follow through. Sometimes they just trade sideways. If we're in a big bull market, it could be real. It could be real brief and swift. So we'll see what happens. We also saw selling pressure across all the precious metals. We saw a pretty big hit in silver, and that is a bearish candlestick there. It's a bearish engulfing. So it's possible to see. Let me see if there was any sort of selling pressure like that in previous bull run. There's one here. You can see it here. See the little pullback we got? And then another move higher. This one's a massive selling pressure move. I mean, that is a beast. That went from 48 down to 35 in a week. So this is not a big reversal, but we could be getting something, like this, where we get a couple day or something like that, couple week or whatever. Maybe it goes sideways, but this is the reversal candlestick. Platinum also got it. It got the reversal. Kind of interesting here. Notice how it happened to all of these in one shot. All of them have this, really. And then palladium also got it. So all of them, gold, silver, platinum, palladium, they all got whacked today. It is a pretty big selling pressure candlestick. It could induce some sort of consolidation pullback is possible. So we'll see what kind of follow through we get. Sometimes they get weak little bounces like this, and then they get hit again. That is also possible. XAU to gold ratio, that also experienced quite a bit of selling pressure. We've got this rising wedge that we've broken to the downside there, where gold and silver mining companies were selling off a little bit more strongly than gold itself. We're still at ridiculously low levels. Still looks pretty good from a value perspective of the ratio. So GDX is down 6.76. We're getting some selling pressure. That's not a reversal candlestick, though. It's not a reversal candlestick. GDXJ, not a reversal candlestick because it gapped down. It's not something that's a reversal. So SILJ also down, but not a reversal candlestick. Now we've gone up substantially in a short period of time, and that's when I do not take fresh entries when you get up here. There's no way. Now, usually, maybe down here, if you draw a line like something like here or here, I can be like, okay, yeah, that's still good. Down here, definitely good. Definitely good. Those are good spots. Up here, uh, you get all this volatility. It's a tough hold. So yeah, we could get a pullback, but we're in an uptrend. That's not a reversal candlestick. Could be similar. This is one here though. We got crude oil down just slightly. Is this a bottom? I don't know. But we're putting in a one hump, two hump, three hump consolidation, just like this one here. So this is the one hump, the two hump, and then the third hump. And this is the false breakdown. And this is the slingshot all the way back up. This is one hump, this is two hump, and then the third hump we're in. We are somewhere in this general area of the circle of where we are located here. I don't know if we're going to get a false breakdown. This is C19 event. We don't have people running into the 2-year yield like we had back then, so I'm not sure if an event comes or not. But that's the fractal. This is a bullish formation as we are sitting on top. We're sitting on top of the consolidation. So it's bullish to go higher, in my opinion. But we could get a washout sale lower to get everyone scared out of their position. That is still a possibility. TTF gas down a little bit. That's still in that channel. No new updates there. And again, we had a huge breakout here. This was a big bottom here, like a shoulder head shoulder, and then boom, just gone, right? We pulled back from this, obviously pretty steeply. We've got a double bottom here. Came up, we hit that resistance, came back, and I think this is going to eventually work its way on up with time. That's what I think. Natural gas in America up about 2%, just underneath. This still looks good in the shorter term. We have the low, higher low, higher low. If that is a turning candlestick, it is. It's a bullish piercing candlestick. It looks okay. Our boy XOP, yeah, you know me, up a little bit today. Still looks a little bit weak on shaky footing. We have strong selling pressure. This is the Trump tariffs. This is the front run day, probably news getting released to, some buddies, insider information. This was the announcement day. And then we've kind of chopped sideways here above support. I don't know if that support will hold because we don't have a lot of buying pressure there. So we'll see what happens over the next few trading days next week. OIH up 0.77. And again, this is the insider trading day is my guess. This is the release news. And then we've been chopping. This still could go lower because we entered, this is a big impulse move lower. And then usually if you work your way up, you get a follow through downward move a lot of the times with this setup here. XOP is exhibiting a similar setup here. Newcastle Coal Futures up 0.65. This looks really good. This looks really good. This is a bullish engulfing here. This is definitely looks like a bottom. What I like about it, see, this is what I prefer more towards entries. You get a big double bottom, so you come up, double bottom, you break out, come up, you pull all the way back, and now it's sitting on top of this big base here. This is a base, and then we're chopping sideways here. This is where I like to accumulate. So this is a breakout, and this is what's called a retest. That's a retest there. I like buying retests, and we're starting to get some of the candlesticks, like these candlesticks in here. See how they're getting bullish? We should see smaller red candlesticks. There's a couple. And then the greens should start showing up where you start getting like flag patterns. That's what I like to see. Proud Physical Uranium Trust down 2.87. We're back to that support zone again. You can see the support on the wicks of the bottom there. We're getting support there for Sprott, Physical Uranium Trust. A little bit of selling pressure across the board in a lot of different commodity sectors today and yesterday. Uranium, just chopping sideways, no update there. URA, a little bit stronger selling pressure. We had this reversal candlestick yesterday. Here's our follow through today. It's not a huge follow through candlestick there. If we were really going to sell off, we'd get another large red candlestick, and it would finish towards its bottom, just like this one. It'd be another carbon copy of this day, but we didn't. So let's relax. We've got some support coming through here, so it might be fine. URNM down 6%, and again, we have some buyers are there. That's what that candlestick with the wick at the bottom. We're in support zone right where we're located. We'll see if it holds. And then URNJ down about 6%. Again, we're back to support. And what we did is we popped through this and encountered some selling pressure. A lot of the times it takes a lot of energy. You get tired breaking through, and then the sellers hit you back to a support level. But it still looks okay. Nickel down 1.45%, kind of a wild candlestick. Getting sold off with mainly everything though. There's a lot of stuff getting sold off today. That still looks okay. Chopping sideways. Copper barely lower. Chopping sideways on top of support. Still looks okay at this time. COPX down 2.4. It's still sitting above support. I've got that line going across of roughly where you've got some support here. So you're going to get some support through here. That's also back in 2011, so it's probably not super strong. There's a possibility that we come back like this to this support zone in that circle there. Lithium down 1%. This thing's been rocketing. So whenever you get a big rocket ship like this, you're going to get a pullback at some point, a consolidation, whatever it does. We could be consolidating here, so just be patient. The chart still looks really good. To me, it looks like it's like some sort of accumulation cylinder. This was the bottom, and that this could really head higher. Some of the companies, man, they are volatile as all get out, like 10, 20% down days and stuff. But the chart pattern still looks good. It's possible to even pull back all the way here and I'd still be bullish. REMX also getting some selling pressure. You can see the wicks at the top. That's a reversal candlestick there. So we could consolidate here for a little bit, getting some selling pressure here. Iron ore down 0.33%. We're still in this uptrend. We've broken through a lot of the major resistance. So we squeezed into this corner, went dead. Think of this as a pulse. This is your dead period. And we're like broken out, but we're still kind of slow to work our way on up. So, but it looks good. It doesn't look bad. There's not any huge selling pressure over here. It still looks well contained. Aluminum down 0.62% today. Still looks good though. We're above support. The support zone, I would say, is right there. We want to stay above 27.10 or so. Baltic Dry Index up 2.45. That actually looks pretty good. Still looks fantastic. We've broken that to the upside. Higher. Emerging markets sideways. We had a nasty candlestick show up through here. A couple of nasty candlesticks. We're trying to fight our way on up, and I mean, it doesn't look that great, but we'll see if the uptrend continues. Again, remember, some of these candlesticks were from news. Insider trading is my guess, and then this is the news release where everybody else got it. Move up 0.73, and again, I think this is a shoulder head shoulder, little bottoming pattern going on. I think it'll break higher eventually. Looks good. KRE up 1.6. This had a nasty kind of breakdown. This still looks kind of nasty, guys. There could be problems in regional banks. Maybe that's why we're getting a sell-off. Something to do with bad credit or loans in the system with some of these banks, regional banks. XHB this still looks really good. This is a reverse candlestick there, and we've got a flag pattern pennant formation. It looks good. Continue higher, go up. This is your pullback, but this is trying to reverse it. And we're on top of support. Russell's down a little bit. Not a ton of follow through here. Not a ton of follow through. We'll see. Give it some more time to see if there's any follow through. SPX also not much follow through. It was up. Maybe the plunge protection team's in there trying to hold this thing up from this news release day, getting shellacked to the downside there. NASDAQ also heading steady. Maybe there's insider information. Maybe they know something like Trump's going to come to a conclusion with China and it's going to be a positive conclusion, whatever it is. DJT still holding together. We got this resistance trying to break out, squeezed up above support. XLI chopping sideways, no real movement. Had kind of a false breakdown. See, this was that news that was released. Insiders, everyone else got it. Now we're just kind of sitting there. It's holding. There's no follow through, which is good. We've got Bitcoin that sold off a little bit. We're still above support though, so no victory laps yet for those that are saying that this is going to crash. Ethereum also holding on, is still at support, and it's still bullish because you've got these big kind of bouncing candlestick, and you've got all these small down candlesticks. Those generally go up, not down. If you see this, what you'll see is you'll get like a big bearish engulfing like this one. You pop down, but this is holding. It's holding on. Like it wants to work its way on up, not down. MicroStrategy is up a little bit. I, I have nothing here. Kind of a weird looking chart going on. The VIX is down 18%. Go plunge protection team. Look at that. Holding that thing down, getting money flood into the system. Kind of weird how S&P and Russell are up and gold and all the other precious metals get absolutely whacked today. It's kind of weird seeing that every once in a while here. But that's all I've got for today, guys. That's where I'm going to end it. Give me a thumb up for the content. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the website if you like. Special is the coupon code. We have a Sunday question and answer session coming up at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, just as a reminder. All right, guys. We'll catch you later. See ya.